Hi guys, it's Heidi here, and I have not been on my YouTube channel in a long time, but I am so glad to be back. And we've had a huge request to actually discuss, basically our stories about being blind. We've had some people contact me that says that they are also visually impaired, or they are currently struggling with losing their eyesight, and who better to help me out but Ronnie Lee here, who is obviously all the way blind.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a wonderful pleasure being here in the studio today.
Oh yeah, my studio, huh?
Your studio.
Just so you guys know, we're in my bedroom in the corner. Well, I thought we'd start out by telling our story about how we lost our vision.
But yes, my vision was lost at birth, basically.
Right, so you were born premature, right?
Yes.
Right. And I'll actually post his story down below in the description box. I actually have done that one time over on my Kiddos Corral page on Facebook. The local newspaper, right, featured something about you and you going to the YMCA all the time? They
did, and it was wonderful. I believe that blindness, or and by thinking blindness or anything, shouldn't keep us from doing the things that we love doing. And I love to swim, I love to go work out, I love to do things just like you love to do things.
Yeah.
And I love being able to share with people that, just because you're blind or visually impaired, don't let that keep you from enjoying life, and don't let it keep you from enjoying the wonderful things that you can enjoy. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you, and from the bottom of my heart, things is going to be okay. And I know it don't feel okay, but things will definitely be okay. I've seen several people that's lost their sight, and today they're doing, well. But
now let me cut in and say, you guys may not have seen my video before this, which I'll post in the description box down below if y'all want to catch it. It was around Christmas time, where I introduced my best friend Ronnie, and how we ended up being best friends is that we both attended Romney School for the Blind. I did do some classes at the deaf, because I am actually partially deaf as well as visually impaired. So I agree with everything that Ronnie is saying. Whenever, I found out that I was getting my visual impairment, and I sat in a doctor's office and they kind of give you a list of all the things that you're not going to be able to do, I kind of made it my mission that I was going to find a way to do it, but I might have to do it differently. My dream was to be a teacher. They told me I couldn't. I ended up homeschooling all three of my kids. They told me that I would never, be able to drive a car, so I drove motorcycles instead. And, I just did everything that was the opposite of what they told me I couldn't do. But whenever you have a will, there's always a way. Never give up. Always find an obstacle around things. And I know a lot of times you guys are really curious about how I do YouTube, and I have a giant screen when I do my editing, a lot of magnifiers, and I thank the Lord for iPhone, because, I can take a picture of something and enlarge it on the screen and be able to see it. So there's a lot of things we didn't have back in the day when we graduated in '94 that we have now.
Exactly. I mean, today we have, we have Alexas, we have, these Google speakers, Alexa speakers. A big audio book reader these days, so that kind of keeps me entertained. When I have a very active day, and anymore, when I come home and it's evening time, sometimes I just want to lay down, and that's the one thing about these speakers. They're like a lazy person. I'll love you real quick. I just tell Google to read this or read that, and it'll read you the book.
Right.
Read the Bible. It's really neat.
Yeah.
But they've come a long way, Heidi, since you and I were younger. I'm not going to say we're old.
Don't say we're old.
But they're coming out with stuff every single year. I've noticed technology is really improving.
I've done a video in the past called I Am Blind, when I came out and told you guys that I was visually impaired, and I got a lot of feedback on it. I was really surprised at all the positivity that I received back, and I was really surprised at how many of you are suffering with your eyes, that you are going through some kind of thing, involving your eyesight. And I just want to say that, believe me, I know where you're at. I was 13 years old when my eyesight decreased all the way to where it stabilized. I have what they call Stargardt's disease, where I have a star in the middle of my retina, which causes me not to have any central vision at all. But and like I said previously in the video, that I'm also partially deaf, so he's my ears and I'm his eyes, but my eyes aren't 100%, so hopefully I don't let you down.
But it works out good together. Oh, you've done wonderful. I mean, just hit a bench or two along the way over Walmart, but
I ran
only the knees. I just had to pick on you.
Yeah, thanks so much. I let my viewers know I'm abusing a blind man here in West Virginia. Yeah, I accidentally ran him into a bench, and he ran into a bus door. That was not my fault. You were running. And he thinks he is like, invincible. Oh, you hit an air unit in the top of the bus?
Well, I hope they did move the bench, so my knee must have broke out. It didn't hurt my knee.
Yeah, you might have broke the bench.
The air unit, well, it probably quit working. But, I tell you, seriously, I thank the Lord for getting me through life. I thank the Lord for helping me through life. Because I want to thank the person, whoever it was, that wanted us to talk about it. I want you to know you're not alone. There's several thousands upon thousands of people that is going through the same thing.
Right.
And, and we all need one another. We really do. We need one another's support.
And there's no shame in saying that you need help, or
exactly.
that you need to ask questions.
Exactly. I mean, when I need help, I just say it.
He just tells me to do it for him. No, in all seriousness, him and I, we joke around all the time. We're big clowns, unfortunately, Ronnie. But you know what? This really is a heartfelt video for those of you that's reached out to us. But what we want to get across in this video is it's okay to be going through what you're going through. You're not alone. There are a lot of people like you. And take advantage of things in your community. I mean, we're really fortunate where we live that we have a lot of things that are offered for blind people in order for us to get around, organizations to belong to, and
I would say if you're out in the country, I got one word of advice for you.
Move.
Go to the city.
Go to the city. Go to the city.
I lived in the country. I lived in the country as a young boy, and transportation wasn't. There was no YMCA's. There was no. We were lucky to have a church, a post office, and a little country store.
Yeah.
But I just remember, just praying, to get somewhere that was, decent, that had a decent, and, wherever you're going, find out the transportation system and how good it is. We got about 3 different ways of transportation. If I wanted to do something, I just started to do it. The first thing I done was I prayed. And because believe with me, that's the big thing that works.
Right.
A lot of practice, a lot of riding the bus, route to the Y, just like
Why don't you tell them how you started going to the Y and what you did to get used to your surroundings so you could go by yourself?
Well, for me, being where I have been, where I was born blind, my sound, my ears has helped me. My hearing actually helps me. Like you take a bat, for example, and this is a very true, don't think I'm crazy, this is very true. You take a bat that goes around in the caves, you know, they use what they call echolocation. Well, Ronnie here uses that when I'm walking. And what I did, well, when I found out what I like to do, say I love to go swimming, the first thing I done was to get on the bus, and I had a little bit of help a few times, just to make sure that I was, you know, walking it right. Probably took me about a week, you know.
Yeah.
And I, you know, with the sound, you know, I know where the walls by feeling. I can't see it, but it's, you know, what they call, I use what they call echolocation, object perception. The more solid the structure is, you can tell. I mean, I can't see what it is, but I know if it's a wall, or if I know if it's a tree, you know. And when I was young, when I was real little, I've got too many knots on my head. I don't want any more. So believe me, my echolocation got better with the more teeth knocked out and the knots that got on my head, because I've had my 2 front teeth knocked out numerous times. But I tell you, I try not to do that anymore. It's not fun. It hurts.
Now, when we go to the YMCA, we kind of have this little bit of a joke because he's my ears and I'm supposed to be his eyes. When we go to the Y to go swimming, I tell him he's my eyes. And so I'll take his arm and I'll close my eyes, won't I? Mm-hmm. And I'll say, okay, you're going to lead me this time. And it takes a lot of trust, Ronnie.
Well, I've never ran you into the door, have I?
No, never ran me into anything. But he can actually get me to the pool, to the locker room, and one day I'll do a day in a life and I'll video that whole thing. Would that be all right with you?
It definitely would.
And
it definitely
that way
would.
you guys can see how it all works.
So let's take life and let's enjoy one another. Let's enjoy the things that are done in life, and let us support each other always. Encourage all of us, blind or even not blind. Let's do a little more loving one another, right, and supporting one another rather than tear each other down. Exactly. And gossiping about each other.
So make the comments come in, make the likes come in, show your support for this video and for each other. And I guess that'll be a wrap. And if you guys have any more questions, leave them down below. Maybe we'll do a second video for you guys. But I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Stay tuned for a lot more content to come your way. I'm kind of getting this ball rolling again. But I will be talking to you all again soon. Bye, guys. Say bye.
Bye-bye.